Hey everyone, it's been a couple of weeks since my last video, so thank you for tuning in. I know I'm not particularly regular with the YouTubes, but I've got my boyfriend round this weekend and I thought I'd do a Q&A since so many of you were asking about him recently. It is Sunday morning, and I'm gonna do a little bit of my morning routine and then do a Q&A with him. We're gonna go out for a walk this afternoon. It's gonna be a really chilled out day. I think I'm getting ill. My throat is like on fire. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about what I've been up to recently. So I'm currently training for a white collar boxing match, which is absolutely terrifying. I can't believe I signed up for it. It's something that I've never done before. Didn't really know that I wanted to do it, but when I got asked to do it for Lady Garden Charity, which is a gynae cancer fund, basically it fights gynecological cancers and raises awareness of all that. I knew that I had to do it as it was something that I couldn't really turn down, as the whole thing was a little bit too perfect. So I've been training for that recently, and that's been involving some quite intense regular training. So today is my rest day, but tomorrow I'm headed to boxing, where we're going to do a little bit of sparring practice. I've done boxing for the last year and a half. So for those of you who don't know, it's one of my favourite sports at the moment. I tend to go every week, but I've never done sparring before. So I am just learning to do that with my trainer Rick, who is awesome. Then in the evening, I'm headed to a track session with One Track Club. And then Tuesday, I'm going to My Manor, which is a CrossFit workout. Wednesday, I think it's a rest day. Then Thursday, I've got another boxing session. Friday, not sure yet, I might do something in the morning. So my weeks are pretty busy at the moment when it comes to training, but I just thought I'd give you a little catch up as to what I'm doing and why I've not been around on YouTube so much. It's just been so hectic with all of my training, but if you want to hear a little bit more about it, just let me know and we can do another video. But first of all, my morning routine. So this tends to be what I have for breakfast most mornings. I'll have a bowl of granola, sometimes I put berries in it and stuff, and I will have my matcha latte. I drink matcha rather than coffee because coffee sometimes makes me quite anxious. I'll have coffee sometimes on the weekends, but if I have it during the week, after getting up really early, it tends to just give me like heart palpitations and I just get really anxious about everything. So I've kind of made a conscious effort to cut down on my coffee. I don't tend to have it more than twice a week, but because I've got such a sore throat at the moment, I'm just drinking this stuff. I'm making it quite weak, but I'm drinking it just like endlessly. And last but not least, I've started taking this blue iron supplement. Because of all the training that I'm doing at the moment, I am really aware of making sure that I'm getting enough iron in my diet, because if you're deficient in iron, it can lead to a lot of tiredness. And I know that when I was younger, I was anemic, and I'm vegan now. When I was younger and anemic, I was pescatarian. I don't think it was linked. I think it was just linked to a lot of different stuff that I was doing. But I'm always conscious of making sure that I get enough iron in my diet. Because I'm so busy at the moment, I have decided to start taking the supplement, and this, I have to say, is the nicest tasting iron supplement I've ever had. Quite often it's really metallic and quite, I have quite a sensitive stomach and sometimes it makes you feel a little bit ill, but this one has never had that effect on me. So this is what it looks like. And I've had most of it already. I've been taking it for the last few weeks, and I think it's really helped. I feel much healthier other than my cold at the moment. I've not been ill in a while though, so classic, I get it now. Yes, I take this every morning and it tastes of berries rather than iron, which is great, because it means that I can have it in the morning first thing and not think that it is disgusting. So yeah, that's my morning routine. I'm just gonna go upstairs, watch the Formula 1 now, and then Fiona and I are gonna head out for a walk, and at that point we're gonna do our Q&A. And thank you for all sending in your questions to ask him as well, so I'm quite excited to see his answers for a lot of them. So see you in a second. Hey everyone, so we are out on our walk and I'm here with Fiona. Say hi.
Hello.
And we're gonna do Q&A. Can you introduce yourself? Obviously I've already done your name.
I am Thean, or FMS Fossils on Instagram. I am Flora's boyfriend of 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
And I am a paleontology PhD student.
Very nice. And we have some questions that you guys sent in. Some of them are really hilarious, so we're not going to do all of them because some of them are quite inappropriate. What does he do for work? What do you do for work?
I don't know if you would call it work as such. I am technically, I guess, still a student. I'm in my final year now of a PhD in paleontology, specifically looking at colour in dinosaurs. So essentially, I'm a hugely overgrown 5-year-old who gets to colour in dinosaurs every day.
Can confirm. Okay, what do you love most about studying in Bristol?
For me, it was a very good transitionary city. So because I grew up in Dorset, Bristol's about an hour and a half away, and I'd never lived in a big city before. So moving there was a nice kind of way to get out of the countryside and into more of a city environment without it being a huge move halfway across the world. It's got a very nice kind of young, cool vibe, which I really like, even though I don't contribute to it in any way.
Yeah, Bristol's one of the best places. If you like cities but you don't like London, Bristol is the place to be. It's really, really cool. It's kind of like a cross between Shoreditch, but a little bit friendlier, and various other small cities. It's also really green, so great if you are vegan or veggie or like whatever, or just like good food. It's a banging place.
And everyone has a fantastic accent.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, what do you both think is the most important quality in a relationship? Okay, Fionn, you first.
For me personally, I would say friendship.
Cute.
Is probably the most important thing, because if you're not incredibly good, or for me I would say best friends, I don't see how a relationship's ever going to be fantastically brilliant. So I've always thought that a relationship that is built on the basis of friendship is always going to be far stronger than any other.
Agreed. So some of you asked how we first met, and basically they asked for it from Fionn's point of view, but it was 3.5 years ago, but we did meet in the gym.
Are you saying I'm too old
originally? He's too old to remember it, so I'm gonna say it. So basically we met in the gym. We were both in the same athletics club that Fionn rarely turned up to, and we were friends for about 5 months before becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, and so yeah, that goes along those lines then, I guess, of being friends before.
Yeah, well, I think that's why we have such a solid relationship, because we are best friends as well and have been for a very long time.
This is sickening.
It could be a lot more sickening.
From my
been much more sycophantic.
True. From my point of view, it'd probably be like trust, I guess, because you can't like someone you don't trust, really. We've had a lot of questions about Fionn's heritage, which, well, they said where is he from, and then a couple of what nationality is he. Both answers is English, Dorset.
The man of the world.
But can you explain why you do not look English?
No, I can't. I've never been able to explain that. I only presume there's a page missing in my family history somewhere where a overly promiscuous great-grandparent went on a travel somewhere and didn't tell anyone.
So our guess is Greek. A lot of you guessed Greek as well. What's the thing you love or respect Flora most for? Thank you for that question.
Love and respect, or love or respect?
Love or respect.
I'll go for respect. I respect most in you your incredibly strong independent mindedness and determination. I think you are one of the strongest characters I know.
This is like marriage vows.
Yeah, normally you get...
keep going, please. No, I'm loving it. Just keep...
Normally you get a couple of months to write the marriage vows.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's move on. Someone else asked, are fossils better than Flora?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That is tricky, isn't it?
I would go with a full-on yes.
As I'm on camera, I'll say no, but it's a very close second.
Yeah,
it
tactical.
depends what fossils.
What's your favourite dinosaur?
Favourite dinosaur? Well, most of my favourite extinct animals aren't strictly dinosaurs, so I could get very nerdy. Say ichthyosaurs are my favourite. They're the ones that looked a bit like mad killer dolphins. But in terms of dinosaurs, I will have to say Sinosauropteryx, which is a cute little turkey-sized dinosaur, and that has to be my favourite because I've published papers.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is self-promo right there.
Yeah, if you want to read
it's got to be his favourite. Do you identify with Ross Geller?
No, I hate that, man. With a passion.
Literally everyone, if I tell anyone like what Fian does for a living, they're always like, oh no, I know paleontology. He's like Ross Geller.
People only know paleontology for Ross Geller and Jurassic Park.
At least they know what it is.
But no, but in recent years, I've watched some of the old episodes back and I've realised Ross Geller is just the worst character. He's a horrible person. If any of them were actually your friends, he would be the most insufferable.
Yeah, okay, alright, so no, you don't identify with him. How does it feel to be the luckiest man on the planet?
It feels incredibly wonderful.
Is cleverness attractive to boys?
Yes.
That's why he's dating me.
Exactly. I don't see why intelligence wouldn't be attractive.
This is something I struggled with when I was growing up because I'm a massive nerd, and it's always something that when you're like younger, you're always like trying to hide knowing a lot of the answers to things, but I don't do that anymore. I'm like totally insufferable when it comes to nerdiness. Okay, so we found a bench because I was getting a bit tired having my arm out the whole time, and also some people were looking at us really weirdly, so I figured we'd just sit in an empty park and finish it off.
How long have you studied classical singing?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I first started like when I was about 5, but I went to choir school when I was 8, which was at Salford Cathedral School, and we were chorister there. I say we because I went there with all my sisters as well. I was a chorister there for about 5 years, and then I continued singing semi-professionally, I guess, at secondary school afterwards as well.
Does she like your fossils, muscles or personality the most? Thank you, 9 Lou Head, for that. Fossils, muscles or personality?
Or okay.
None of the above, of course.
Okay, first thing I noticed about you was obviously your fossils, jokes. Was obviously your, well, because we met in the gym basically, so my version of flirting is just to stare at someone. So basically I just stared at Fian for like,
bit creepy. For
like just a while. But yeah, so that was in the gym, so obviously that was muscles, but then I got to know him and he wasn't too bad, so I guess in general personality, but I think that's, yeah, goes without saying probably.
But the muscles first.
But the muscles first.
There we go, so I can say to my mum who was like, you don't want to be muscly, it'll put all the women off.
Didn't put me off, not at all.
What would you be doing if you had never discovered Instagram?
I think I'd still be doing a lot of fitness. I did fitness before I did Instagram. The reason I started my Instagram was because I was doing so much fitness, but it probably wouldn't be my main thing. I think in terms of job, I'd probably still be doing science media, since that was something that I knew that I wanted to do anyway, and there's really nothing to do with my Instagram. And I've always been really into science communication, which is kind of what I do, but I'd probably still have a blog. I might have a Twitter. Obviously my Instagram is my main thing, but my blogging is what I really enjoy to do, and I've always enjoyed writing, so I guess not that much different. I just wouldn't be putting it all out to the world, I guess.
Okay, I'll ask a question from myself now, off the top of my head. What is the best and the worst thing about being a social media influencer?
Best thing, all the opportunities you get. You know, I get to do some pretty cool stuff because of what I do, social media wise. But in terms of, I mean, you get to meet loads of cool people and you get to work with brands that you've always really liked, which is something that I think is quite, I mean, you don't really get to do that in such a varied way in other jobs. The worst thing would be the pressure and the expectations, I guess. I'm generally quite a relaxed kind of person, and with Instagram you get a lot of pressure, both from brands, from your agent. I mean, not necessarily, I love my agent, but you know, still pressure in terms of like deadlines and timings, all that kind of stuff. And then from, yeah, your followers as well, like expecting you to be a certain way and look a certain way all the time. I always get a little bit scared that if someone recognizes me like on a day where I just look like absolute crap, they're gonna be like, oh no.
Good job those days never happen, eh?
Oh shit.
Of course, the most important question of all, what is your favourite dinosaur?
Oh, that's a good one.
You will be marked for this. Okay,
so having watched Jurassic Park last night, I had a little bit of like a revision session, so I guess it would have to be the Dilophosaurus. Just because like in Jurassic Park they're really small and cute, so if you don't know, which I don't know why anyone would.
I don't know why anyone wouldn't.
They're like these, in Jurassic Park, I'm not saying this is scientifically accurate, so don't get at me if I'm wrong.
Before I get
pedantic. They're like this big maybe, quite kind of small, like big dog size, I guess. And they have these cool little frills around that they like wave at you, and potentially, though I think this might be scientifically inaccurate, spit things that might be venomous.
Okay, I hate to crush your childhood dreams, but all of that's inaccurate.
God damn it! Okay.
But it looks cool on Jurassic Park, and that's the important thing.
So my favourite dinosaur doesn't exist.
Oh, it does exist.
It's imaginary. Should we continue our walk?
I'm quite enjoying being lazy.
Right, we're just going to sit here for a bit longer, but you don't have to watch it.
You can if you want.
We'll be back in a bit. We're back walking again. Fionn finally got off his ass and decided that since we're on a walk, we should probably make it home at some point, not just sleep on the bench. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it interesting and or funny and or cringeworthy. If you did enjoy it, please do like and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.